Hi everyone, Chad Shoop here, and I'm the editor of Automatic Profits Alert. And today we're going to talk about a sector that many are considering catching a falling knife. Now, I've done a lot of work in restaurants and work around knives, being a cook and all. And to me, catching a falling knife is not a bad thing. As long as you don't get cut, of course. But part of that is using your instincts and timing to make sure that when you do go to catch the knife, you don't get cut. And that applies to the markets as well. We all don't want to catch a falling knife, but we know that catching the bottom of a turn is the most ideal entry point. Now, you don't want to go around guessing this all the time because, of course, it is hard to do. But, the risk is usually worth taking. And we can always put in a stop just to keep it, to where your risk versus reward, maybe a 5%, 10% stop, just to jump in and see if we're catching the bottom of this turn. Now, today, the sector that I think is about to bounce higher, but many others think may be a falling knife, is the MLP sector. Now, it stands for Master Limited Partnership, and those stocks have been hammered over the recent months, but I think that's going to turn around soon. There's a lot of good stuff going for it in the economy with Trump's policies. You think most Master Limited Partnerships deal in the oil market, so they're either storing, transporting, or refining something related to oil. So as oil prices go up, and they have gone up over the last several months, they've gone up a lot, and that's going to lead to more exploration, more production, and that's going to be a boost to most of these MLPs. And you also have Trump's policies, which are protectionist. He wants to export oil. So all of that's going to bode well for MLPs who will benefit just from moving more oil around in the economy. Now, there's other things going on here too, and that's that the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission recently announced some changes to some MLPs about the way that they were able to do their tax allowances. And when they gave that news, the market sold off for MLPs. The ones that were impacted were down 8 or 10%. Even ones that were not really going to be impacted were down a few percent, just worries that maybe there will be more changes coming. But even in that news release, the FERC, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, said that this wouldn't go into place until 2020. And then shortly after that, many of the companies that were impacted, were directly impacted, came out and said that, hey, this is not going to be that big of a deal. We're going to be able to offset it pretty much by 2020 by locking in different rates. So it's really not going to be a big impact. And yet, you saw the negative sell-off on the news just kind of tells me that maybe we're at the bottom of this recent drop in MLPs. And I think that we're going to see that turnaround here over the next week or so. So it's a great time to jump in, get exposure to some MLPs. If you're worried about catching a falling knife, just put in a stop at whatever you're comfortable with, 5%, 10%. I'd probably go closer to 10% because they are going to be volatile. But right now is a great time just to jump in, get exposure to them, and ride the bounce higher. Well, that's all for my video today. Until next time, this is Chad Shoop with Automatic Profits Alert.